Hi, guys. Welcome back to Disgraceful, the podcast, the late night show. We're really still not sure, and I don't think we ever will be. I've just gotten back from a month-long journey of Florida to California, back to Florida again. And that when you think about that doesn't really make any sense, when you think of the trajectory of where I just went. But neither did some of those shows. I just did shows in Naples, Florida, and I want to give a shout out to Sam Morrell. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to Naples. The people working there were very nice, but I gotta say, thank you so much to the young gals that came through, but those shows went exactly how I thought they would. Brutal. It was on Sunday. I got a head count. I made everyone else count, actually. I said, all right, we're gonna do a head count, and I went 1, and the next person said 2. And we got all the way around, it wasn't that far, to 43. There was 43 people in attendance at the last show on a Sunday. And so to get everyone going, I bought them all a shot. Yeah, I thought that was going to help, but no, that just loosened up one guy too much to where he said, you better watch yourself when I told a joke. And I said, well, you can leave. I don't really give a shit, pal. You can watch a show without fucking being pissed off about politics the whole time. That's what I think. And I don't even really talk about politics, so thanks for coming, if you did. I really appreciate it. Not every show is going to be the best show of your life, but a gig's a gig. When my team offered this show up to me, they said, most comedians don't come back. And so I took that as a challenge. And I was on a fucking hot streak, man. All these shows have been like selling out. You guys have been having a blast. So to have this last one, these last couple, 5 of them, we did 5 of them, 5 shows in Naples, Florida. And yeah, to have those go the way that they did, I needed that. Drake said it. Somebody told me I fell off. Ooh, I needed that. Yes, I needed that. So yeah, coming back from that, trying to regroup, feeling good, feeling great. The Celtics lost to the Knicks. That was the first game I ever watched. Bet money on it, lost. What else? I'm trying to think of like some positive things I can add to this. Oh, my sister Nora, that's not a positive thing, but she's not here. She went home. She's checking in with the fam. So I've got the place to myself this week. Not too shabby. All right, I was going to remind you I got shows because I don't want them to end up like Naples. So if you guys want to come to a show, I am going to be in Charleston, South Carolina, June 5th to the 8th. And then I'm going to be in Long Beach at Borelli's Tap Room, June 16th. Then I'm heading on over to Honolulu. Going to be at Blue Note in Honolulu, Hawaii, July 2nd. And I'm also doing a show August 7th at Canoe Place in the Hamptons. So come on through, come on by. I got 3 more left. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you enjoyed this episode with Jay Jurden. I had fun. It was a giggle fest. And yeah, sorry to blue ball ya.
Coming at you live from a shady Manhattan studio, it's Disgraceful, featuring your gracious ginger host.
Hey, watch yourself. Only I can say that.
Okay, boss, whatever you say. You pay my bills. Give it up for Grace O'Malley.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Disgraceful. This week, I'm joined with comedian, writer, actor, and you have a debut comedy album which went #1 on iTunes called Y'all.
Yeah, that happened.
And his recent work includes being a staff writer on Emmy-nominated The Problem with Jon Stewart. It's Jay Jurden, everybody.
Hello, what's up? Thank you for having me, Grace.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Yes,
I appreciate
of course.
it.
Beautiful spring day in New York City.
Nothing better than being in a dark, dungy studio.
It was chaos outside. People are like outside in a way that they needed it.
Yeah.
Like I saw today, I've seen people kind of like figuring out. They're like, how do I deal with other people now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are we still saying we outside?
So the fact that you just asked, no,
it's over.
done.
All right.
You kind of, Grace, you ruined it.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, I
ended it.
To be a ginger saying we outside, I feel like I
You're
put the squash on it.
You shouldn't be, and if you are, SPF.
So I just got a mega burn.
Yeah.
I just healed. Not quickly, but it was brutal.
What happened?
I was in Miami.
Okay, that's not Grace. So it's your fault.
Yeah,
I don't blame. I don't victim blame.
Yeah, no, you can for this aspect. I did it to myself.
I'm not saying women belong in the house. I am saying fair to light-skinned women do belong in the shade.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. And if it's a kitchen, double whammy.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. Women can be anywhere, including the kitchen if they want to be.
If they want to be, you know.
Are you watching all the trad wife shit on TikTok?
I try to stay away from it.
Yeah. At first, whenever people were like, "Oh, this is so wholesome," I was like, "This is a psyop. They are trying to trick you."
I mean, it is like
making your own bread. You got to make your own bread. You got to get bread. Have all those babies. Make snacks for those babies.
Yeah, they're starving.
And film it.
They're starving these children because they're waiting so long for this bread, the sourdough mix to
true.
rise.
No kid has ever been like, "Ooh, I can't wait for the second proof of." Like, it's stupid.
And once you know Mama's whispering in the kitchen, you've got 2 hours till dinner.
Yeah. I don't want fruit snacks from scratch.
No
one has ever wanted a fruit snack from scratch. I want the dye. You hear that, RFK Jr.? We want the fruit snacks to be the same color as you. That's what I want.
That's good.
I want this color.
Yeah. My sunburn color.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. The same color as Grace post Miami.
But just think mix, just think Irish, just think alcoholics. That's how we want our fruity snacks.
Grace said the slur. I did not.
See, that's the one I can't say.
For the record, I am Black Irish, and by Black Irish, I mean I wish a nigga would. No, I can't. That one. No, I'm a little bit Irish. That's why we get along. Yeah, I'm like 1/32nd. I'm 1/32nd.
And I'm 1/32nd of just being inbreaded over and over and over again.
Yeah, you're 132% Irish.
I'm one of 32 cousins who all got married.
Wait, where are you from originally?
I'm from Boston, so I'm a cliche.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I didn't want to. Sometimes I assume because of certain accents and vowel choices, but I didn't want to.
No, that's totally fair. Okay. I'm like a cartoon. I'm the female Family Guy, you know?
No, if you were fully a cartoon of like a chick from Boston, you would be in jail right now.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, that is true.
You wouldn't have made it to New York.
Yeah.
You would just be a Southie with some kids.
Yeah. And hey, nothing wrong with that. I gotta rep where I'm from.
Yeah,
you know? Those are my people.
Yeah, your culture's not a costume.
Yeah, even if they are racist. You know?
I'm
sorry.
Tough
hill to stand on,
I'm
for
sorry,
sure.
Your homeboy passed away, the Pope.
Oh yeah,
I know y'all love him.
We were
up there.
I mean, I'm running for Pope office.
Yeah.
You can.
You can't.
Oh, as a lady.
As a lady.
Oh, is that the rule?
It's the unofficial rule.
I saw some dummies talking about it. I forget who it was, but they were like, "Yeah, I could just run for Pope."
If you've been a baptized, practicing, non-lapsed Catholic, I think you're in the running.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be one of those old guys.
Yeah, for sure. They made the whole movie about it. It looked like a snooze fest to me.
Yeah. People love Conclave. All of my gay friends on Twitter love Conclave, but hate church.
What do you think that is?
I think they like the pageantry. They like gossipy queens in dresses with a bunch of gold.
Which they're not realizing is exactly what they're doing. Yeah. You know, it's being the commentary is basically drag.
Yeah, it's drag. And like the cardinals and like there's a bunch of like ranking and a bunch of like kind of backstabbing. It's very Real Housewives, Vatican City.
That's where we need cameras. We need cameras on deck there.
With the lawsuits, I don't know. No.
Yeah, that's where they send the bad ones. I said that to a person
from Boston.
Yeah, I mean, I can vouch. They send those guys away. They rip them away from the boys, and they bring them away to. They get to go on a little vacation in Italy. How nice is that?
What if that's such a unique punishment? Hey, stop touching kids. If you don't stop touching these kids,
you're gonna start eating really good food.
You're gonna have the best margarita pizza ever. If you don't stop touching those kids,
you're one diddle away from a goddamn vodka penne.
That's funny.
So welcome in.
Yeah. Welcome. I love this.
As a first question here, I have in your TikTok bio says Bisexual Demon.
Okay, yeah.
What would you say? Would you say that that's the most accurate job title?
That is the most accurate job title. I try to be a multi-hyphenate actor, comedian, writer, bisexual demon. Now that fourth one, it is the most work.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So bisexual demon, it's usually just like making straight guys really sad that their dad's gonna find out. Every now and then kissing a couple after a show.
That's always good.
Yeah, this is what happens. I get the straight couples that come up to me after my comedy shows, and the girls will be like, "Oh my gosh, you're so funny," and the guys will be like, "Man, that gay stuff's crazy." Like, what do you mean by that? That's like a joke, right? Because like, there's no way it's that easy to get your dick sucked. I'm like, it's very easy. He's like, how? And at that point, he's sucking it.
Yeah, so of course. And she's all pissed. She thought she was gonna win.
She's happy. She's holding the camera.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
She's saying, "Get it, baby."
Yeah, you're not the bad guy I thought you were. This is your little hall pass.
I think that is the best kind of couple is the dumb straight man, the smart straight girl. Okay, I was being redundant. So the straight man and the straight girl wants her straight boyfriend to do a little gay stuff every now and then.
Yeah, every once in a while, sprinkle it in.
She can have it to like kind of lord over him, but also because it's like kinky. It's a fun little taboo. We don't have taboos anymore. We've lost a lot of them.
I mean, yeah.
Everyone's sucking dick now. Everyone's eating ass. Everyone's like wants to start our OnlyFans.
Field is open, you know?
Field.
Yeah. I mean, you do a field joke in the place where they have fields. Yeah. They don't know what you're talking about.
That's funny. I like that.
Thank you. So on this show, I do a little bit of a... I'm looking for a new co-host, so I kind of interview everybody to see if you'd be a good fit. Okay. I know you got a lot going on, but
it's a great combo, by the way. This is a historic combo for New York City. Irish people, black people, loud people, gay people. Like, this is what this city was founded on.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah. I like this.
And I might be a transplant. Yeah, that's an absolute. Yeah. But I've been here 5 years, so I consider myself a good old-fashioned New Yorker.
you say it in the most Boston way.
Yeah, fuck them. So as the first question, I want to really get to know you. So you're from Mississippi, yes. MISSI,
Whoa,
yeah.
Whoa.
And now you live in New York. We just said that. And
that's technically refugee status.
Oh yes, of course. And what part of you is still Mississippian?
Ooh.
And what part is fully corrupted by New York?
Okay, so the parts of me that are still very Mississippian.
Is that what you call you guys?
Yeah, we call it Mississippians.
Mississippi, people from Mississippi, Mississippians?
Yeah, Mississippians. So I'm still very respectful to like older women. So every now and then, if there's an older woman on a train that needs a seat, I will stand up. And usually they take it. But there is a part of New Yorkers where if I stand up for a woman in her 50s, what she just heard was "Sit down, you old bitch," and that's not what I meant. But that's what she felt. Yeah. Because if I try to offer her, she's I can stand up. I've been walking all day.
They gotta have that back thing going on.
Yeah. Once they start to like
once they go by an angle, that's when you could get up for them.
So that's the Mississippi part of me. The thing that's been fully corrupted in New York, the New York thing that I do now that Southerners like really think is crazy. I love to just go, where is it on Google Maps, and just walk there. New York, Boston, Chicago, a few other places, you can do that. Yeah. Mississippi, you can't just look at your phone, get up and start walking. If you're walking in Mississippi, you've fallen on hard times. Yeah. People in their cars go, "You all right?" You go, "Yeah, I'm walking." They go, "Don't do that. Don't do that here."
And so like, where you grew up, like where's like the nearest place you could walk to?
Oh, I could walk to the fire station from my house, but it was still, for help. Yeah. I'd be like, y'all don't see this? Y'all don't smell this?
The Jimmy just fell down a well.
So I could walk to the fire station, and this is so Mississippian, I could also walk to church. But if I wanted to like walk to a store, I mean, maybe because it was a small town, I could walk down to the town square, which we still have. But even then, all the stores, they were like antique stores. And what's crazy is they were antique stores when I was little. So now the antiques are like super antique.
Oh, they're ancient. Yeah. These are fossils at this point.
And if it's an antique store, sometimes I do think it's a way to launder money. So
yeah, 100%.
Pawn shops, antique
mattress
stores,
firms.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard this?
She knows.
I know.
Thank God.
I'm locked in.
I'm so glad that the lamestream media hasn't gotten to you yet. Mattress firm.
We're fucking on to you.
Yeah, come on. You're making it way too obvious. Don't get me started on Denver Airport.
Oh, okay. You're locked in like that. All right.
Lizard people, they control the election. Whenever people say that lizard people control the election, I want to be like, yeah, you mean people from Arizona? That's what.
Yeah, I guess
you just figured out the electoral college.
It's
That's
like
it.
it's like telephone, but something got misconstrued.
Yeah.
It's all the same, but just somewhere down the line it got a little fuzzy.
It's close. It's like right there.
It also sounds like a Mad Lib. Lizard people are taking our children and ruining elections. Okay, next question.
Okay.
The following are Mississippian comedians.
Okay.
All right. Jim Henson.
Okay.
From Muppets.
Yes.
Tig Notaro.
Yes.
Tommy Davidson.
Yes.
Fred Armisen.
Fred Armisen? I don't think Fred Armisen's from Mississippi.
That's what it said.
Oh, okay.
Unless I got it all fucked up.
I mean, I will find out. I will look it up.
Hattiesburg,
Mississippi?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, Fred Armisen. Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Fun fact. Okay, so Brett Favre, he went to University of Southern Mississippi, so that's like in Hattiesburg.
Yes.
And then Brett Favre, later on, a couple years ago, they're like, oh, he stole money from
I heard about this,
welfare from the state. But he also, everyone remember this? He also showed his dick. Do you remember Brett Favre's dick got leaked because he was sexting?
I don't remember this.
Yeah, and it was not a good pic.
It wasn't?
It's one of those things where like, if my dick pics leaked, I'd be like, oh, you used one of the good ones. Thank God. These were bad photos. These were photos that he wanted us to focus on him stealing money from the state because it took away from people like, hey, you remember when your dick looked kind of small in that photo?
God, you gotta have a real tough penis if you want to be taken away from the state.
Yeah.
Rather go on that side of things. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So Hattiesburg, thank you for Fred Armisen and for Brett Favre's tiny little dick.
I was thinking the other day, I think I would have a small penis.
You what?
I have such a great personality.
Oh yeah. Me, I'm terrible. Horrible. God awful. I saw it one time. I was in Miami at Twist, which is a gay club where you can go, and they have this really cool thing where sometimes they steal your phone. And so when
I love that game.
Right?
I love that game.
So much fun. And so when I was there, one of the rooms, they have go-go boys, and one of the go-go boys, like if you tip them enough, they will like strip. One of the go-go boys had a dick so big, he wrapped it around his wrist almost twice. Like, and it was like soft and just kind of like flopping around.
Oh, wow. That's like silly putty.
At that point,
it's silly putty dick.
At that point, people kind of go, oh, what's everyone's fascination with a big dick? You're kind of just like, what else can you do? Oh, man.
You gotta stick a GoPro on that thing and have him wave it around. I'm like a helicopter. Speaking of Drake, nope.
Speaking of Drake, yes.
My mind went to a crazy place. We also have Mary Elizabeth Ellis, who was the Always Sunny waitress. So
yes.
We've got all these people from Mississippi, including yourself. If you had to host a late night talk show, which one of these people would you have co-host with you and why?
Ooh, Jim Henson, because I feel like then I'd be able to book one of the most important divas of the past 50 years, Miss Piggy.
Yeah,
Miss Piggy.
Yeah,
I would get Jim Henson so I could be like, can you please talk to Piggy's team?
I mean, Gaga wishes she could be like Piggy.
Please, right? And there used to be a time where people understood that Miss Piggy was such a diva. If there was another diva like in the vicinity, Miss Piggy would drag them. They're like hilarious interviews with her and Joan Rivers. Like I love Miss Piggy so much. She like also kind of a groundbreaker. Domestic abuse, domestic violence.
Oh yeah, she was the first woman
to
hit a
She was the first
frog.
woman to really take it out on her man, Kermit. And you know what? Good
he
for her.
deserved it.
You're right. Good for her.
No, I mean Kermit's a good guy.
He's a good guy, but then after they broke up, he dated
whore.
Was it Danielle?
Yeah, whore. You can have a lot of fun with that. As
I would love to have Jim Henson and Miss Piggy and all the other Muppets. But
what if it was just Jim Henson without the Muppets?
Okay, that's a no.
That's just a creep.
That's actually a huge no. In such a way that then I would want Tig.
Yeah.
Because I love Tig Notaro.
Of course.
And she's very nice. I've met her twice. I've met her once. She's super sweet. And she would be a perfect balance. Because a lot of people think that lesbians and queer men don't get along.
That's what I heard.
Because queer men, we just found out we could be misogynistic. Have you heard about this woman?
Yes.
Okay, listen.
Yes.
If you haven't, I'll tell you.
Please, mansplain away.
Right? So I would pick Tig Notaro. Mm-hmm. And then we would make fun of Brett Favre's penis.
So first it's the pig and then it's a Tig.
Yeah, pig and a Tig. If I could have Miss Piggy and Tiggy, I would like them both.
I would watch that every day of the week.
That's a very gay show. All different types of gay. Because Miss Piggy is drag.
Yeah.
And Tig is like kind of just a super lesbian. And then I'm Bisexual Demon.
Yes, of course. Yeah. I mean, what's the show called?
At that point in Mississippi, Get Out. But if we film it anywhere else, it's like, I don't know, it's a fun little town.
That's Hollywood, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, that got me good. All right. As co-host, we'd be texting a lot. What's your screen time?
Ooh, I'm off my phone right now. But if I go check it, it's up there.
It's up there.
It's on up there.
Yeah.
It's bad now.
I know.
But we have to be. Grace, you know this as a person who works both in comedy and in social media. Every day we get messages from our managers, our agents, and our managers' assistants about things we should be doing. And I'm like, I thought you wanted me to write more. You just want me on the phone.
Yeah.
You just like texting me.
Yeah.
That we can talk about anything else.
Yeah. So what's like an average day for you?
Average day, I wake up super early, 8 a.m. West Coast time. So I wake up, I see if anything blew up over the night. Like like you wake up and kind of go, okay.
You're hoping for terrorism?
No, I meant social media wise, but sure.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
No. So I see if like anything crazy happened. I try to look at some news. I get up, go to the kitchen, take my medicine, coffee, a little bit of food, and then, start firing off tweets that hopefully get me in trouble.
Yeah.
That's really...
You're a little rascal.
Yeah, I start telling stuff like, Elon, find a very tall building. You know what to do next. Like that
Just
kind
allude
of
to these things.
Yeah. I always want to be right on the edge of a Secret Service being like,
can't touch him yet. One of these days.
Yeah, I'm always saying stuff like, who I want Donald Trump to meet? A slippery bathtub. And they're like, it's... because he's old. I didn't say...
Because he stinks. Oh, that's good. Yeah. That's good.
I mean, screen time, my screen time, it's on up there. But they keep doing this. They keep saying, less screen time. And they just mean that particular screen. Because here's the thing. Everything except for something cool and beautiful and live and interactive like this is still screen time. Because so screen time is phone. Screen time is also TV. Screen time is also movie. Screen time is also computer to make a thing that hopefully either is ending up on TV, phone, or movie. Screen time is just time now.
Yeah.
You want me to read a book on what? A Kindle? Screen time.
Oh dear God, we're stuck.
We kind of built 4 different screens and we didn't know they were going to be a prison around us.
I don't consider television screen time anymore.
But do you remember?
I know it was the number
10
one.
10 years ago, they'd be like, get these kids.
It's rotting their brains. And you know what? You're right.
It did.
I'm pretty dumb.
But our TV rotted our brains in a way that we'll get a reference from years ago now.
Yeah.
Phones and iPads have rotted these babies' brains to the point where they go to a restaurant and go,
yeah.
And you go, come on, you're 20.
Baby girl.
Yeah.
I have a little sister. She's 11. She'll just leave a room and be like, I love you. I'm like, okay. And she comes back. She's like, I'm back. I love you. I'm like, you don't have to, you don't have to say that.
Hey, just put in the comments. Don't tell me in person.
But she's like, I do a joke where she turns to me and she ends up saying, I have to do that because you don't know what it's like to get everything ripped away from you in a matter of seconds. She's a COVID baby.
Oh,
she wasn't born during COVID, but she got like her impressionable years.
Yeah.
Screw away.
I feel bad for them, but I also have to reckon with the fact that they're closer to adults now. And it's just gonna get harder.
Yeah.
Like whatever classes they missed and whatever they need to double up on, if they need to actually learn how to read. Like, it's funny that they consider us smart. Cause I'm not. I'm kind of smart. Yeah. I'm not that smart. But post-COVID, I'm a Mensa.
I've just recently said this. My brain works in 24-hour Instagram loops. I can't remember anything after 24 hours. It's a ticking. It ticks.
Some stuff gets wiped away. Like there's some friends. The friends' names locked in. Mm-hmm. The significant other for the friends. Bother? And these people, some people been together for a long time.
Okay.
I'm not gonna learn it.
That's tricky.
I'm not gonna learn it. It's taking up space. You know what I always say? I go, "How are you an old boy? How are you? You know, boy still together? Oh, that's beautiful. That's wonderful.
How are you and boy?
I don't. Old boy. What's his name? Oh, the tall fella. No, the medium-sized fella. Okay, yeah, that's beautiful. Married to who? Not you? Well, we know that. So
you don't have to learn it till you get to save the date.
Yeah. Thank you.
Because they're not gonna learn.
Grace, you are that. Some people don't even give me that, pun intended, grace. They think I'm supposed to learn everyone's name, even the ugly ones.
Oh,
do you know their name? What? How are they saving in your phone?
That's Goofball 1 and Goofball 2. Like who are you with? You're with that goof still?
Yeah. Save him in your phone as the Hammer. I know exactly what he's there for.
That's good.
Wait a second. Do you have friends that date boys and you give the boys nicknames?
Yeah.
Because in girl groups, a lot of times they go, we're not gonna call him Kevin.
Yeah, no, it's there's usually like nicknames and stuff. See, this is where I'm bad.
Yeah.
I have friends who will talk about these boys and go on all these dates and have all this boy drama. I unsubscribe.
Oh, okay.
I'm not good. Like, unless you're like my really close friend, I can't do it. I told one of my friends very recently that I just can't do it anymore. Yeah. It's the same story every time. I gave you my advice. You didn't take it. So I heard she's taking advice from ChatGPT right now.
No.
Well, she did it to everyone in her whole group, and now nobody wants to hear it.
Take the advice from Chat, Grace. That's what you gotta do.
Well, it talks back, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm lucky because I'm married, but there is a world where I would need advice sometimes. Mm-hmm. There's that kind of alternate universe.
It's like a therapist, though, you know?
Yeah, like use therapists or like actually like listen to your friends.
Yeah.
I have a friend, he's not married. He's going through a little bit of boy drama. And I remember I told him, I was like, well, do you like him? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, that's the problem. You can't be liking these boys.
Yeah.
You can't actually like them. Think they're hot. Mm-hmm. Hook up with them. Give them the pay for stuff if you can. If they're hot enough, every now and then you pay for something. Never like them.
I thought you said give them the paper stuff.
Oh,
I'm
no.
Like, cash? What
no.
no.
Get them the paper stuff. Definitely get these men to pay for things.
Yeah. I can't accept that.
Really?
I don't know what it is. It's something in me. Like a guy would be like, can I get you a drink? I'm like, no, I got it. What do you want? And then they're like, oh, she's a lesbian. And I'm like, I actually don't know what I teeter on. But I do give off strong alpha Tig vibes, you know?
Can I give this one?
Yeah, of course, right here.
Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk, Andrew Tate. Do you see what feminism has done to our country? She won't even let these men buy her a drink.
Yeah, I think you're onto something here because what the fuck?
The scourge of radical left feminism is ruining free drinks. I get the drinks. These soy boys are buying me drinks now.
And you're married.
Yeah. But listen, we're just hanging out. Yeah. It's the same guy from before. Yeah. I go, hey, let's get drinks. Yeah, we should. Take your pants off. What?
I'm like, all right, that's gonna cost you 2 more.
Oh no! What are we doing? This is undergrad all over again.
Do you have a personal pop culture hill you'll die on? Something that you'll argue about that no one else agrees with?
Ooh, that no one else agrees with?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have pop culture hills that people are in agreement with me on. Like, I think X-Men 2 is the best superhero movie ever. And connected to Secret Service, the first scene in that movie is like Nightcrawler teleporting through the White House and he almost kills the president. And when I say it's my favorite movie, then I'm always like, well, they're going to get me about that one. They're going to be like, wait a second. Because also Bryan Singer, he directed that movie. Mm-hmm. Bryan Singer, he allegedly got involved with some underage boy stuff. So it's just wild that that the X-Men, it's usually this like older man recruiting these kids to do dangerous stuff. And I'm like, well, perfect director.
I mean, life imitates art, is what they say.
So I mean, the one pop culture hill that I will die on, maybe people don't disagree with this, but I do think it's fun to bring up. I always say, oh, this is gonna be tough. I think Derek Jeter is the best Yankee ever.
Ooh, this is tough.
And you wanna know why?
Yeah.
Because he dated Mariah Carey, and without Derek Jeter, we don't get the album Butterfly. So that's all the stuff on the field, great, cute, whatever.
God bless.
The captain.
Tight pants.
But
Baseball's boring.
But I would say that he is the best Yankee and possibly one of the best baseball players.
Well, don't go
ever.
crazy, all right?
Because
I was waiting for that.
I was waiting for that. Because I think that there's one more. There's one other one. So, and that is because of his connection to Mariah Carey.
He also fucked J-Lo, right?
No. I don't think he fucked J-Lo. A-Rod.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what it sounded like.
Oh yeah.
That's what J-Lo sounded like.
Yeah.
During.
You know. It's the last time she smiled.
Craziness that we haven't discussed. This is more baseball. J-Lo connect. Ben Affleck and A-Rod went back
For
to Ben
seconds.
Affleck. Boston won.
Yeah.
That's kind of
you got you going Boston over.
That's insane. I didn't even think about it. There's this very famous photo of J-Lo and Ben coming from, it looks like a hotel or just some room, and they're walking together kind of sheepishly trying to hide from the paparazzi, but not really hiding. And her hair is like super fucked up. And it is so clear that he just like hit the back wall so many times, like right before. Like I think she's like missing the earring, like the shirt's kind of like this.
Like,
you're just like, oh my God, Ben Affleck.
We're just in love, but we'll never smile in public.
You dirty dog. I know you were thinking about Matt the whole time. Oh
and that's
my
something.
goodness.
That's the fan fiction, all right. I'm big on those boys.
Yeah.
And I'm a Ben fan.
Oh, you write a bunch of fanfic about them?
No, I wouldn't. But I think
you
about it every
respect their
once in a
love
while.
too much. It's too pure.
I want to make their movie.
Oh, beautiful.
They shared a bank account when they
What?
first started. That's my favorite fun fact.
That they're married.
Yeah.
They should be the first not gay couple to get married.
It would really help things in Boston.
Right?
I think everyone would really see things for what they really are. It's
all
beautiful.
of the stereotypes about some people in Boston being homophobic, it would all change. If they
First
were like,
date.
listen, we're not gay, we still have sex with women, but we are building a life together.
Yeah, we're building our life with our boys.
Yeah.
You know?
That would, Grace, I think you're on something.
I think it's going to be beautiful if you want to help me write it.
It very much is. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, but we could do it
But
better.
they're actors in Hollywood.
But they're actors in Hollywood.
And they're young boys who made it.
That's the actual take. I like this.
I like it too.
Copyright it. Listen, we'll be EPs.
Yeah, maybe we should just cut all this so that nobody can steal
Well,
that beautiful tale.
Make sure to keep it, leave it in, so if anyone does steal it.
Oh yeah,
you
we had
say,
it first.
yeah.
You idiots. This next segment is called In the Green Room.
Okay.
This is where we get to know you a little bit, open up a tad.
All right.
I hate to ask this, but I am curious.
Ask it.
When did you first get your confidence to do stand-up?
Ooh, so I moved to New York City in 2015.
Okay.
I moved here from Mississippi, but I did undergrad and grad school in the South. I got a BFA. I got a BA in English.
Where'd you go?
I went to Ole Miss. I went to Ole Miss and I went to the University of Alabama.
I had a bad experience at Ole Miss.
Yeah? What happened?
I was dressed, I wore like a blow-up red blow-up thing,
Yeah.
and I just kind of had all red all over me, like paint, and it was as if a lady should be wearing a dress. Those were the kind of looks I was getting.
I'm not gonna lie. So the culture for game days in Oxford and Tuscaloosa, but in Oxford a bit more so, is very dress up for like drunk church.
Yeah.
More so than dress up for a football game.
And act like a goddamn lady is what I was. I was getting the glares
you don't
of.
have to act like a lady, but they are gonna be like in Grove tents with chandeliers and like a bunch of like hot hors d'oeuvres. So they do expect Like your freshman year at Ole Miss, you know you're supposed to like dress up for football games, and dress up is like khakis, khakis, loafers, an Oxford, a polo, maybe like a Ole Miss, like maybe an Ole Miss polo from like this, like the bookstore.
Yeah.
But it's weird. It's weird if you don't know about it. Because then in Alabama, it was still kind of like that. But it was just very much a lot of crimson, a lot of houndstooth. And then like a bit more relaxed. Yeah. But there were days where like people would go to the Grove, look better in the Grove than they would that night at the bars.
That's wild.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
It was a culture shock for me.
Yeah.
I got from Boston. I'm a piece of shit. I wear whatever the fuck. I wear my dad's fucking jersey, whatever. And then down there, I was like, I am out of place. I'm out of place.
There were probably Southern moms that were like,
bless her fucking heart.
Or not, not just bless your heart. They're like, it's like she's a different species.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh wow, this is like really crazy to me.
And because you like went down there and like, you know, you like had opinions. Like that.
I was talking.
Yeah. And no one asked.
Loudly. Yeah, nobody asked. Shut that whore up.
But I got my...
They threw rocks at me.
Actually, that could be the second podcast, babe. Shut that whore up.
Shut that whore up. And they're talking about Miss Piggy.
But so my confidence for stand-up came from my experience doing theater. And then I moved to New York. And the other thing that happened is one of my friends asked if I would do his stand-up show. He asked if I would do stand-up on his show at this gay bar in Hell's Kitchen called Vodka Soda Bottoms Up. It's now I think it's closed, but great name. Great name. I think the guy who ran it was definitely, once again, laundering money.
Hey, that's how it goes. New York.
Listen, we love nightlife. So my friend asked me to do the show. He said, do you do stand-up? And I had done comedic sketches all throughout undergrad. I had written parody songs. I had written funny articles. I had yet to actually do stand-up on stage in New York City.
It was like one you haven't tapped into yet.
Yeah, I'd done like short form improv in undergrad and in grad school, but I'd yet to like do just a full-on stand-up set. And I lied and was like, yeah. And so I did it and it went really well. And then the rest of that month I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go to Mike's and do stand-up. And that was 2017 because I moved here 2015. And I was obsessed with it from the beginning. I was like, okay, jokes, I love jokes. I just wanted to do it all the time. And I had a really great experience at one mic, and then I had that first mic bomb. And it was one of those things where if you bomb at a mic that early in your career, you really have two paths. Some people go, oh, I can never experience this again. And I was like, okay. Yeah. Go to another mic.
Yeah, just try
Let's
again.
Try it again. Yeah. And that's when I kind of was like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
I can like get to it.
This is going to sound corny the way I'm saying it. I can't find other words. I've had the pleasure of seeing you, and I think you're fucking hilarious.
Thank you.
I remember that 82 Stanton show.
I do.
Yeah.
I do remember that 82 Stanton show.
I saw you there, and I just thought you were absolutely like a fantastic joke writer.
Thank you. Those two shows, it was like the crowd was a little rowdy, and so... I'm like, just like, joke,
it's a tough place to do a show. So like this place, it's like the window, there's no windows.
Yeah.
It's like a summer's day.
Yeah.
And a summer's day. And like people are going by like what are we calling homeless people?
No. There are people who are experiencing homelessness.
So those guys are walking by screaming.
Yeah.
And,
unhoused individuals.
Yes.
But then the people who are even crazier, you don't have to listen. It's never just one unhoused person outside making the most noise. It's always a sea of boys.
Yeah.
A sea of boys, a kind of gaggle of women. And if they'll walk by, see a stand-up comedian on stage, but also be like, oh, there are people inside. They'll go, what's going on? You'll be like, I'm doing a show.
Yeah. They'll go, just yell it out.
Why? I go, because I have to. Do you want to come in? No. Okay. I don't like stand-up. Okay. Right now, I don't either.
I don't either right now. You're making this
so
hell.
Those people will be walking around.
Yeah.
But once the crowd inside like really gels, I always say like a crowd laughing together and a crowd kind of figuring out that they're a part of the experience collectively and really sort of riding that wave, it can be a great show. Yeah. And I like every now and then as a comedian, I want to do a show where there's a couple of challenges.
Yeah, me too.
If not, you start to get so soft and you start to get, complain.
Or jaded.
Or jaded.
Yeah. I just thought you were amazing at
Thank
that
you,
show.
Grace. That means a lot. I like it. I mean, my big thing is always, I like seeing funny people that I don't know about, because there's this cool concept that I didn't coin it, but I feel like I've talked about it a number of times. Comedic anonymity is so fascinating to me, because there can be someone who's very funny, and you don't know who they are. And the best feeling is like when they get on stage, an audience's first thought is, "Who the fuck is this?" And then if you crush, when you get off stage, the audience has the same thought but with a different twist. They're always like, "Who the fuck was that?"
Yeah, that is
I have to look them up. I have to know who they are. Because in your brain as a comedy viewer, you're kind of like, oh, I know all the funny people. Then whenever a new funny person is presented to you in real life, in real time, you go, holy shit.
You got to drink. I mean, you got to think like a drunk girl. Like, that guy is really funny.
Yes.
That guy's actually really funny.
And those drunk girls are some of, as long as they don't get too rowdy, they're some of the best crowds, because like drunk girls, it's the reason like clubs make you do like 2 drink minimum. Yeah. Once a person has like that first sort of like that first layer of kind of like social awareness gone, once you get comfortable and you're a bit more relaxed, like you laugh freely, you're like kicking your head back, you're like having a good time.
If not, it's like a social experiment where everyone's looking around and be like, are they laughing? I'm not sure if they're laughing.
And people are like, who's going to be the first person to laugh big and loud instead of like, oh, we're all laughing.
Yeah, I hate that there's that layer, but that's why it's good that they have the drinks. I didn't know that's why they did that, actually.
Social lubricant. Here's the other thing. There's a kind of like stark opposite that can also work. So let's say you're doing like one of these shows in like Provo, Utah, like a big kind of Mormon and Christian place. There's the second layer it's not like alcohol is going to get out of the way, but it's the sort of discomfort of a comedian being a little naughty in front of these hyper Christians.
And I've heard they are great crowds because that's their big night out. It's like, we're going to get a little crazy.
Exactly. You say something about butt stuff, they go, what?
Like, man, Tommy,
you go in front of other people. Like, oh my God.
And then they start looking around and seeing who they can swing with. But it's a good vibe. Next question. You've said that your mom bringing you to see The Nutty Professor was one of your first introductions to comedy. What are 5 comedy movies from growing up that you still quote to this day?
Oh, okay. Definitely Nutty Professor. Nutty Professor to this day is one of the funniest. I think Eddie Murphy is so good sometimes. And it's hard because as a stand-up comedian, you're supposed to be like, oh, Raw and Delirious are the best things Eddie Murphy's ever going to make. But to me, the masterclass in acting that he puts on in Nutty Professor 1, because The Clumps is like, okay, but the first Nutty Professor with J.D. Pinkett Smith, it's insanely funny. He's so good in it. Yeah. And it is it was a body positivity movie before we knew that's what it was, because it's about Sherman loving himself and figuring out that his girl could love him for him. It's like first Ozempic movie. It's like so I love the Nutty Professor. Eddie Murphy again in Life with Martin Lawrence was like a big, huge like movie for me, because it was about Mississippi. Yeah. It was about people coming from the North getting kind of wrapped up in some like Jim Crow era bullshit crime, locked away for life in Mississippi. But funny, but still funny. Also, first depiction of like kind of a respectful same-sex loving situation in a Mississippi jail. So that was like I remember thinking that was funny, and I was like, this is wild.
Trifecta of life lessons there.
My husband loves Bring It On, and because he's watched Bring It On so much, I've watched Bring It On a lot. Bring It On is very funny.
You're a good partner for that.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's a good. I get to be like, we watching this shit again? Turn it up. Like I was like, oh no,
like, I don't want to watch this. I can't hear it.
Yeah. Bring It On was very funny, and like once again, one of those movies that you look back at it and you go, holy shit, this changed a lot of things for a lot of different people. I think that Bring It On I'm probably gonna do 5 because Mean Girls. I wasn't out when Mean Girls came out, but I was in high school, and Mean Girls hit my high school like crack.
Really?
There was a girl named Michelle, and she knows that this is true. Michelle, like, she took away the wrong lessons from Mean Girls. If you watch Mean Girls, you're like, hey, do not do what Regina George did. Don't do it.
She took it like rule number 1, be a cunt. Rule number 2.
She made a burn book after seeing the movie.
She did.
And we're like, the whole movie's about don't do that.
Oh my God.
And I helped. So it was crazy because I was not out yet, but I was like, okay, Michelle, what can we say about
bisexual
this evil bitch? We're like saying terrible things about people we love. High school reunions coming up. And then okay, let me get a 5th one. So I said
you should make a new one live with Facebook pictures.
Ooh. Nutty Professor.
Everybody who went
live,
bald.
Bring It On. Mean Girls. I would say super bad. Super bad. There's something in the Apatow Rogan universe that really spoke to me, and that kind of
be specific with your Rogan, please.
Yeah. Oh. Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen, Judd Apatow universe that spoke to me. I mean, great performances by Michael Cera. Great performances by Bill Hader.
Yeah, wait, he's in that?
Yeah, he's one of the cops.
Oh shit, yeah.
It's not gonna be 40-Year-Old Virgin for me, and it's not gonna be Forgetting Sarah Marshall. So it probably is Superbad.
Yeah.
I saw Superbad with like some of my best high school friends. We weren't in high school. I think we had just graduated, but I saw it with like
that's the perfect time.
High school buddies when we were like in college. That shit slapped. It's hard to remember laughing that crazy in the theater when all the dicks were on the screen.
Oh my God.
And at this point, I'm out, so I can like fully laugh. I can't be like, gross, stop, I don't want to take mental pictures of them. But no, now I can like laugh, scream, laugh.
Like, when does this come out on Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Oh, did you have a fake ID?
Ooh, I almost lied. That's a habit. I had a fake ID. So
did you have a crazy name or just?
No, so this is what happened. So it was kind of racist. But racism worked out in my favor.
Okay.
Here's the story.
So
there was this guy named Josh who was also like a black guy who was about my height and my build. We didn't really look alike, but he had an old ID and he gave me his ID, and it worked because people can't tell a lot of young black men apart.
That's the unfortunate truth that got you a couple drinks
It
here and there.
It got me a couple drinks for a couple years, and then one time
a lot of blonde women look alike too.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of blonde friends that were just using other blondies. They didn't look anything
especially
alike.
when it's like super platinum, and you're like, I actually can't see your face.
Yeah, just go.
I just see like a halo effect. I see like the corona of your hair. So one time a cop took that ID, and it was like I was so close to being 21. The cop was like, "What's this?" I was like, "It's yours."
Oh, that's perfect.
I was like, "I don't want that. What's that? Who's this guy? This is me. This is me.
That's
Who's that?
a good call.
Do you think I'm that guy?" Racism.
I just found this on the. I was gonna return it.
Yeah.
I was gonna try and find
this
the guy.
This young black man.
Yeah.
That can't be me.
Yeah.
We look so different, right, police officer?
Oh, that's good. That is good.
I remember when he took it, and then like I think I turned 21 like the next. Oh, it's actually so my 21st birthday, because I'm
Did you
like
cry?
I'm a Taurus baby. No, I threw up. So
Okay.
I threw up.
Either cry or throw up.
Yeah, something comes out. So I have a birthday. My birthday's May 8th, and it fell on the Friday before graduation. Not my graduation, but just like the commencement ceremony at college at Ole Miss. I was gone. So gone. I like stayed at an apartment across the parking lot from my house because that's where my friends were, and that was like where one of the last stops of that night was.
Yeah.
Threw up a lot. Threw up on my shirt. Had to take my shirt off. The shirt's not there anymore. That shirt's gone. So I have to walk back to my
Is that one of your
apartment.
finest bookstore shirts?
But so I have to walk back from my friend's apartment across this parking lot on that Saturday, but I forget it's graduation. So this parking lot is an apartment complex close to campus. It's filled with parents and family. So I'm just like hungover, walking shirtless back to my apartment. Like, happy graduation.
Your buddy couldn't have given you a shirt to wear?
Across the parking lot, I just want to go home.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, Someone needs to see it.
You just keep saying 21.
Yeah.
21.
You'll look like this is 21 too. So, yeah.
Like, I'm just celebrating.
Yeah, I just kind of fast forward it to being like, like a wino, like just drunk outside, no shirt.
I'm gonna go to this next one. You performed stand-up on late night. How did you pick which section of your set you were gonna fit into the slot?
Ooh, so the first time I did the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, I didn't pick it. So the booker saw me at a comedy festival, and he said he wanted me to do the show, and then he asked if I would do the football section that I did at the festival. So he picked part of it, then I kind of built around it, but I knew what jokes he really wanted. I was like, if you like those jokes so much, you can have them for TV.
Yeah,
and he was
course.
like, yes. And so he kind of loved that section, and then we kind of figured out what was going to be like the top of that. That's how it worked out that time. And then similarly, the second time I did a joke about my marriage. I just got married because this had to be 2022. Yeah, so 2022.
Oh, you're a newlywed.
Yeah, so I just got married, and so I had all these fun jokes about getting married, and then the booker saw me again at the Comedy Cellar. He was like, I love that stuff. Or do you want to do the show again? And so like sometimes it works out like that if you have like a bunch of good sets and you have a good relationship with people. Because like this sounds so like pie in the sky and so like it only happens in New York. But that is kind of what happens in New York. Like if you're at any of the clubs and like you're like crushing consistently, there are moments where a booker from late night or a booker from a TV show will walk in and be like, what's going on? Who's this?
Oh, no shit. Yeah. I didn't know it worked like that.
So every now and then you do kind of have these happy accidents.
That's
so
great.
that was one of them.
Serendipity, we call it.
Yeah.
Got it tattooed on my arm. I have to bring it up whenever I can. You were named one of Variety's 10 comics to watch.
Oh, goodness.
How often do you watch other comic specials?
I love watching specials.
Yeah.
This is why I watch specials. I can't talk shit if I don't know what's out there.
Yeah,
Also, I don't know what the lay of the land is, or even like who's like a monster, or who's like, and I mean monster like in the most like, I guess like straight bro celebratory way. I'm like, that dude's fucking insanely
Like
good.
Karahashi.
Yeah. Truly. Like one of the pleasures that happens with stand-up comedy for me is that you can watch people that are very good, and if everything works out in your favor, as your star starts to rise, you eventually get to see these people work on something newer, and then you see a special and you go, oh, I was there when they started that bit.
Yeah.
I was at the club when they actually found that little nugget. Ooh, I remember I said something and then they went on stage and they said this thing. And so like, I love watching other people's specials. I love also kind of seeing like how the like comedy landscape looks now, because there's so many, I can't watch them all, but I try to watch. Like if my friends come out with something, I definitely watch. I tell people to watch. My friend Zach just came out with an amazing special, Surprise Me. Everyone should watch it. It's so fucking funny. He pulls off this magic trick at the end that is insane.
No shit.
Yeah, it's very good. And like Matthew Broussard just put out a great special. Like every now and then I'm kind of like, who can I celebrate?
Yeah.
Because like as a comic, my only desires are to make people laugh and to see my funny friends also make people laugh. That's really it.
You just want to see everyone succeed. You
And
know?
because the rest of it is like so left up to chance. Everything else is like, oh, maybe you'll get this thing. Maybe they'll acquire this situation. Maybe you'll get cast in this. Maybe it'll get picked up. I worked on a pilot for, I want to say close to 4 years that I was attached to as a star, and like helped write, and it was going around and it was going through TV developmental like hell. And like we thought it was going one place, and then we thought it was going another place, and then it just didn't get picked up. And so like all of that stuff as a comedic actor is out of your control.
Yeah.
But when it comes to stand up, you have a bit more control.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
you can still go and crush.
Yeah. I just had someone recently, I did a Moon Tower Festival over the weekend.
In Austin.
And somebody told me something, they just said, stop worrying about everything else. just enjoy what you have right now.
Yeah.
Because it's never going to be that. It's never going to be that. It's always going to be like the next thing that you're worried about.
Yeah.
And if you can just take the wins when you have them.
It's so hard.
I know.
I'm like actively in that right now. Like I just shot a special and I'm going through edits. Yeah. I'm going through edits.
Do you know what you're going to call it?
I know what I'm going to call it. I know a bunch of stuff about it. But even now, like when you're going through the post special process, the afterbirth, like when you're eating the placenta,
of course,
and you're like, I needed these nutrients, and you're like going by the edits line by line, you appreciate it, but you're also like, listen, whenever what happens with this is supposed to happen with this, I'm freeing myself of expecting anything except for, oh, this is very funny.
Yeah.
That's truly all you can do right now.
That's all you can do.
And then the joy, and this is how I know I love stand-up, because I have a brain disease. Then I go, ooh, I get to have all these new jokes. Oh, I get to write all this new stuff. Now I get to like do all this stuff. Like I get to have all these new opinions, and I get to retire some of these things. Yeah. For good.
That is wild. When it comes to filming a special, how involved is it for you?
For me,
because people do it in many different ways.
For me, I was lucky with the way everything worked out with like my team and the production company and the director, and they've done specials that I really liked in the past. And they work with Ali Wong's first special and Tom Segura's first special and Jim Gaffigan. So I really like what they have been able to do for other people. Involvement for me was just kind of like really making sure I was on top of the vision. I helped design some scenic elements, which are really cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's and then I'm a gay boy, so like there was a whole list of like clothing options. I was like, what about this? What
An
about
ensemble,
this? Yeah, true.
if you will.
Like when we were shopping for the outfit, I bought, I want to say 5 different shirts, and then bought 3 different pairs of pants, and like ordered one of the pants to be shipped to where we were shooting the special, but those didn't come. But because we had 2 backups, like it wasn't a big deal. But if it would have been, oh, I'm putting all of my eggs in this basket that these pants show up, I would have done a special in my underwear, which, we don't know, maybe.
Hey.
But I was involved in that aspect of it, and now I'm kind of involved because I'm like listed as like EP. You're involved in like all of the line by line stuff. So
he's
like,
an executive producer.
Yeah. So
that guys.
So I'm excited, but I like being involved. I like my jokes, and I think it's really good. So,
oh hell yeah! So that's all you can do. That's super awesome. I'm pumped for you, and I'm pumped to watch it. I think it'll be fun to do a little bit of a
exclusive.
Yeah,
that's
here we
scoop.
go. We're dropping new information.
Yeah, y'all getting this is TMZ. Where's Justin Bieber? What's he on?
Oh,
What's
the
happening?
poor thing. I think he has the last of the lewds. I really want to get some of them.
The last of the lewds every Sunday on HBO. That's funny. The last of the lewds. Yeah, I mean, but here's my thing with the whole Justin Bieber situation right now.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, oh, he's on drugs. Oh, no. But then it'll just be footage of him dancing at Coachella. And I go, well, kind of everyone's on drugs.
Everybody's on drugs.
If we just pan to the right, there are people dancing the same way. If this was a CVS, maybe worry. Whenever they were like, I can't believe he's high at Coachella. I was like, where else do you want him to be high? They're like, oh, poor Haley. I'm like, Haley's happy he's not in the house.
Yeah. She's happy he's talking to others, you know? He's usually cooped up in there.
You remember when he had a monkey? Oh, this is... Oh, crazy. I can tell you something. This is crazy. One time, Justin Bieber took a Rumble class. You know about Rumble?
Yeah, the boxing.
Yeah. So one time, my husband, he worked at Rumble at the start. He helped found Rumble. So my husband, he was like part of like the founding team and like helped hire a bunch of people. So he would deal with some of the celebrities. I shouldn't be saying this, but I am. He would deal with some of the celebrities, and Justin Bieber came in there. And like he took a Rumble class, people were going crazy. Everyone lost it that he was doing this.
I mean, it is kind of nuts.
Here's the crazy part. So he took the Rumble class, and this is how rich he is, or I guess just how famous people operate. He like got changed and left his underwear. And my husband had to pick it up and like throw it away because people were gonna try to steal it and sell it.
I mean, yeah.
And I asked my husband, I said, "Did you smell him?" And he went, "No comment."
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's some.
Would you? Listen. This is disgraceful. Mm-hmm. I would have smelled them. I would have taken a whiff.
I mean, and you know, I'm not here to kink shame.
Okay.
Doesn't matter whose fucking drawers they are. I'm not smelling them.
No.
I'm not smelling any
Ben
drawers.
Affleck?
All right.
See, y'all hear this?
Yeah, okay. All right.
Everyone has a celebrity whose bathwater they will drink and whose underwear they will sniff.
That's fair.
There's always gonna be for my mom. I think my mom. Every now and then, I think my mom will hook up with Michael Jordan just for the story.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, which is like crazy because my mom, she's in her 60s.
Okay.
But she would.
Yeah, I mean, that would be her number one.
That's the man that now I'm in my 30s. That's the man that she has talked to me about. And I started to feel uncomfortable. Okay. You know when any older female relative is like, ooh, what a handsome young man. And you go, wait, hey, put some plastic on that couch. I don't want that stain the set.
Yeah, no, I feel like every lady's got one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who my moms would be.
Yeah, who would your mom drop you off at the fire station for?
I don't even know. Maybe I could phone a sister.
Okay.
John Travolta?
Ooh, John
Back
Travolta.
Back in the day, though, not current.
Yeah. Me and your mom, we love gay men.
Yeah, I mean, she used to work at a toy store, and she met him there. I don't know what he was shopping for.
John Travolta back in the day, I think we have so much distance from his like heyday, like we're not there for like Saturday Night Fever, but there probably was a time when like he could have slept with anybody he wanted to in America.
It was the chin.
Yeah, that chin, those eyes, that hair.
Yeah, he had it going on. You know what his downfall was, of course? Adulthood. As soon as he said that, he started losing hair.
The wickedly talented Adele Dazeem. Adina Menzel actually rolled with it in such a fun way.
Yeah.
That she like has merch that says Adele Dazeem.
Oh, does she?
She's like laughed about it in a very smart way. Cause like some divas would be like, how dare you get my name wrong? She was like, I love it.
Patty wouldn't be too happy, I don't think. This is a new segment. It's called Say Less.
Okay.
All right. In this segment.
Say less.
Say less. Well, this is where you have the option. In this segment, we will each pick a couple of topics from the wooden bowl.
Okay.
Each topic we can either pick to go on a rant about, or you can simply just say less. And you say, you could just do a one-worded response.
Got it.
All right. I'll let you do the honors
here.
Okay.
All right. Wooden bowl. All right. Ooh, this is okay. All right. No peeking. Ooh, Walton Goggins hype. Ooh, okay. All right. So I love it. He recently, I think, was in Cultured magazine in a bright fluorescent yellow Speedo.
I did see this.
I love the picture so much. I posted my own yellow Speedo pic, of which I have several.
Oh, okay.
But when I went to Mexico, I took a bunch of good photos in the yellow Speedo.
That's what Mexico's for.
Though, you could definitely see my penis. You could see my penis in all of them, but you could like see.
You know what you were doing.
Yeah, I knew what I was doing. I was promoting my friend's book at that point. So I love it. I'm all for like a kind of great comedic southern ass actor who wants to show his dick on HBO every now and then. Also, that's his network now. That's crazy. He had Gemstones and White Lotus going on at the same time.
Oh yeah.
And then like I think because then Fallout had just happened. Mm-hmm. He's very booked. I get the hype. I get the hype because he did Vice Principals with Danny McBride and he was great in that too. So he's funny as fuck. Mm-hmm. So I 100% get the hype. And so many girls are like, oh, I don't know what it is about this man. I just want to fuck him. I go, the rich, funny guy with a great body and a nice dick, you're surprised you want to fuck him? And they go, yeah, but his hairline. I go, you don't care about that. You truly don't care.
You don't care.
They go, isn't it crazy I want to fuck him? I go, it's not crazy.
It's
not crazy at all.
Yeah, you're actually very right about that.
He has a banana hammock. Huge banana in there. Yeah, I get it. I get the hype. Hell yeah.
All right. This one is casual posting on Instagram. I wish I could do this a lot more.
Ooh.
I fell flat on this. I don't know why I still care. I thought that back in the day I had a theme. Yeah. I had a theme on my fucking Instagram like an idiot.
Yeah.
And I like as if anyone gave a shit. Like I don't know. And now it's like ingrained in me. Like I can only post once a week. Like who gives a shit? This is my job. I should be posting every single second of the day.
No, but it's not just posting. It's casual posting, which this is what makes us feel like boomers because you're like Gen Z cuspy.
Yeah.
And then
I'm wicked young right now.
I'm full on millennial. We were like no.
Yeah.
Post if it's important. If not, put it in the stories. And I get that.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about a lot of stuff. But casually posting on like TikTok and Instagram, I'm with you in that I wish I could. Maybe one day I will be able to. But remember what we said earlier about screen time?
Yeah, I know.
So which is it?
I used to, did you ever have a Finsta?
No, I couldn't have a Finsta. I have a burner account on Twitter where back when people could see your likes, every now and then if I want to like a porn.
Yeah, I was going to say porn.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to try and beat around the bush. I'm like,
nah, yeah, I was beating around the bush, all right.
Yeah.
But I never had a Finsta.
Yeah.
I got close friends.
I think if I had my Finsta vibe onto my Instagram, it'd be a hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a diary. I don't know.
Maybe think about it.
I should be doing it.
You know, like when you do the carousels and you always have the one casual post, like the carousel will be like a bunch of important stuff and then like this dog.
Yeah, I think on carousels, my rule is the last picture should be funny.
Yeah.
I think it should be silly.
Yeah, or just like out of focus, kind of blurry, like a car window, like something that is saying don't take any of this stuff seriously. Yeah, because those first three will be like, I had the time of my life. This is such an important moment. I love these people.
Come to my show.
Yeah,
the beach, amazing.
That is how it feels whenever you're like, hey, by the way, we're friends. Come to my show.
Yeah.
People do people do that on here on the podcast where they're like, hey, by the way, Grace, just so you know what people should see? My show. And you're like, well, I asked you a different question.
There's an allotted time.
Ooh, oh my goodness. I got Andy Cohen. Okay. Andy Cohen, as someone who probably is gonna want to do a press rollout on Watch What Happens Live, I like Andy Cohen. Mm-hmm. A lot of my good friends, they have done coke, so I love Andy.
I'd like to have a party with him.
I like Andy Cohen.
Go skiing with Andy.
Any man powerful enough to make these multi-millionaire women fight like that in front of him,
it's gold.
He's got something. He knows something we don't. He's just pulling all the strings.
I like how you could have said less.
Say less.
Like, oh yeah, I really want to come on the show. He's a piece of shit.
Not a piece of shit. A sweet, sweet man who probably has the best plug in all of New York City.
Oh, the flavor blue.
The flavor. Oh, ooh. Like the artificial flavor blue. Ooh.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
I love their work.
Yeah.
They've been at it for years. Where I heard we're slowly but surely getting away from them.
Yeah.
And I'm just here to say that don't give up.
Yeah.
Stay strong. We need you. Blueberries need you. Raspberries need you. What is a raspberry but blue?
Yeah. Red, but
I know, but it's crazy. There's a blue raspberry.
The blue
I've never
raspberry.
seen a blue raspberry.
They're not real.
In La La Land. I'm sucking down a dum dum. That's blue ras. It's good stuff. I need them for Molly. Is really what it is. I need flavor blue for Molly.
I think that this is when we feel like boomers. It's the screen time. It's also like the casual post. And hey, what you doing to my artificial colors? Hey,
don't touch my flavor blue. That is good.
That is, but I mean, like, that's something that's such a part of childhood is like seeing your friends and your mouth stained with like just the brightest, fakest blue.
And like that's the funnest, weirdest kid.
Yeah. And you're like, yeah, of course that's why none of our sperm work. Okay. So
kids were snorting pixie dust.
Yes.
And I was like, that is a badass. That was fucking sick. That was a gateway drug to real coke.
The flavor blue rocks. Yeah. I love it.
I love it.
I mean, like, people that hate on that, what are you going to do? How are you going to make stuff blue? How? What are you going to use? Blueberries? That's gonna make stuff purple?
It's gross. It doesn't taste as good.
Yeah.
God. All right. One more?
Yeah, let's do one more.
One more.
Okay. Silent Uber rides. Say more. Say more. Silent Uber rides. There's a perfect amount of chatter. Just enough that I know you're not gonna kill me and that you're okay with gay people. But, you know, not enough where you start asking, like, what was I doing? Where am I from? Because, like, when people ask you where you going, like, and you're going back to New York from like a place where you did comedy, they have opinions on New York City.
And God forbid you tell them you're a comedian.
Christ, what are you doing?
I know. I was excited to tell people at first.
Yeah.
I was
you
very
gotta start
excited.
lying.
And then I started switching and telling them that I work for the sandpaper industry.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yeah, corporate's out here. Someone's got to make sure it's still rough." That's what I switched to.
I started telling people that I was like, I will like lean heavy on like the writer, and they'll be like, "For what?" And then that's when I get to like make up anything. I'll be like, "Oh, you know, like when we pick like the Gerber baby, sometimes we have to like write stuff for them because those babies aren't smart." I'll be like, "So we like write stuff like that. Like anytime you've seen like a baby having a opinion or anything, like we write it."
That's
and they're always like, "Really?" I go, "Yeah," because some of these babies, they're racist.
Yeah.
So we gotta stop that.
We gotta, you know. That actually is one of my questions. What is on your rider? Do you go like all Miss Piggy with it?
No, I'm so easy. I like a fruit tray.
Mm-hmm.
I love
That's been a commonality.
I love a fruit tray. Mm-hmm. I would love sugar-free Red Bull. I go fruit tray, sugar-free Red Bull. I don't specify Fiji, but it helps. Mm-hmm. Fiji, but water. I'll take a Poland Springs if I have to, but I would like Fiji. Mm. I don't. You can get any water, but and then I try to get something local that is like good food, because sometimes if you say like, oh, like chicken, you'll be like, I really gave them too much wiggle room. Yeah. They're gonna bring something back.
KFC.
Yeah. So I would say like, oh, this place is closed. Get me this thing from their menu. Mm-hmm. But as far as like all the stuff like that goes out when I'm there, or like the itinerary before like I get to the actual venue, it's so simple. It's so chill.
That seems pretty chill.
Protein bars, maybe. Yeah. What about you?
I'm not there yet.
Yes, you are. I mean, say that.
Well, I say it every episode, but my manager thinks I have a drinking problem, so she puts down non-alcoholic Coronas. So I keep asking her to change it, and she actually won't. It's crazy.
I love having a beer after a good show. Sometimes a beer before a show. This is what happens to me. I go, I don't even want to do this show. I don't have another beer.
Oh yeah.
And not another beer to get drunk, but I'm like, it's 5:00.
Like, I'm having fun with everybody. 9. I want to shoot the shit.
Because then I really will kind of get in the hang mode instead of show mode. And then when I have that beer after the show, then I'm already in hang mode and it feels better.
When I first started out, I was drinking a lot before I went on stage. And then I realized you're actually funnier when you're not hammered, which is fucking crazy to figure out.
Young comedians, we all find out. I remember... So I wouldn't drink, but there were times when I was like, oh, what if I like went to this mic high? And you know when you don't want to be high?
Yeah. When
you're like having to sign up on a list and remember to go back. You're like, I'm not going to remember any of this. Or like remembering to hear your name get called. You're like, I'm not. I'm too high.
I'm uppers only.
Yeah.
So I can't even relate. I can't smoke unless it's before bed.
I can do an edible now if I have to, but once again, to me, edible, why would I waste an edible on comedy when I can waste it on the aquarium?
Sick.
See?
Yeah. Something we don't have here.
With my mom. I took an edible, went to the aquarium with my mom and my husband. I was in New Orleans. I loved it.
Oh, that's awesome.
My mom was like, Jay, you're having such a good time. I was like, it's the aquarium.
Isn't life beautiful? Like, are you tired?
No, not at all. Let's keep walking.
This segment is called the write-in room. So for this segment, we asked the live studio audience, just the people at home. Thank you guys so much for writing things in.
We love y'all.
We asked them to submit their disgraceful moments, and now we can react. So then you say whether they're disgraceful or not.
Okay.
Here we go. You wrote for Marvel's X-Men, so we asked the audience, if you could give yourself a useless but hilarious superpower, what would it be?
Okay, there is one X-Men character. I think he was on one team, Ice Cream, and he can make any flavor of ice cream.
That rocks.
And then there was another girl who, and this is even funnier, connected to him, I don't know if they're related because sometimes people's powers are related because they're related. When she gets very scared, she poops ice cream.
Well, I'm glad it's not coming out the cooch, you know, because she could just get really excited.
This is where me and Grace differ. Because if ice cream's coming out the cooch, I'm under that thing like a frosty machine. I'm dipping my fries in it.
I'm afraid of sex.
Another useless X-Men power. There was a kid who could blow up, but he couldn't regenerate. So he found out this is like in the real X-Men lore.
Oh, wow.
He like found out, they did studies and they were like, I think his name was Bailey or Bentley. One of the two. He was like, oh, I have an explosive power. And they're like, yes, but just so you know, you can only use it once. And they were like, what? He's like, yeah, if you blow up, that's it.
Gonna do it for you.
And he did.
Jesus Christ, they wrote a whole show about that. The kids blowing up. So the audience, they submitted a pee beer.
Okay. What is it?
So their superpower would to be pee beer, piss beer.
Okay. Can I say we said no kink shaming. Mm-hmm. So between you and me and the viewers at home, kind of hot.
Oh, I'm locked in.
Kind of hot, right?
I was here like this, like, I hope to God
right?
you're in on this. Yeah.
Give me a frosted mug.
Oh, come on now. It's going to come up. I mean, I hope it's not piss warm as well. But,
yeah. A cold beer from your buddy, but he just pees them?
Oh, just open up, zip down the fly and pour them on up, my man.
That'd
be awesome. That'd be great. I would need more male friends. Oh, they can make sticky stuff not sticky anymore.
What?
I mean, just wash your fucking hands, you gremlin. All 10 fingers dispense different liquids. I love that.
Great. People always do that. They always say if you could you get 5 and 5. I would probably go water.
Water.
You want water for one. Beer.
Beer, of course, yeah.
You know. What about this? Not technically green of me, but gasoline
for
a car.
Oh, I don't drive.
But just
I can't even relate.
Okay, I don't drive.
That's good.
But in case
gasoline would be great.
You got 10 fingers.
Yeah.
You don't want
you just stick it right in.
Do you just want it to be like a Coke freestyle? Like you want to be a bunch of different flavors? I want some actual helpful stuff.
That's smart, actually.
You know what? Ring finger cold brew.
Ooh, that's snazzy.
And then pinky almond milk
for the cold brew.
For the cold brew. What about you?
I'd say I'm gonna go cherry Coke.
Okay.
I'm gonna go beer. Okay. I'm gonna go ranch.
All right.
I'm gonna go.
That's the thick. The ranch is coming out. Okay, yeah, that counts.
You just gotta shake that middle finger a lot.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say water, but water.
Okay, yeah.
And then soap.
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
I think it'd be really funny.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
just have soap on you all the time.
That's good.
Or
I like
mouthwash.
Mouthwash.
If one of your friends has bad breath, just
mouthwash is a good one. Just
I guess you wouldn't really give your friend mouthwash even if they did have bad breath. But if it came from the finger, it's more fun.
Once your friends find out about it, there are going to be moments where your friend's like, "Can I suck?"
Can I have a little? God, I wish that was real. For a second there, I thought it was real, and I really had to pick. And I was like, this is too much. The power of giving anyone a lisp for a day.
You want to do it to like famous people.
I like that.
You want to do it to a politician during an important press conference.
Like, what if you were up for the same award as someone, and then they do a speech and just lisp? That'd be great. Teleportation, but only 5 inches to the left. That's funny. Know every dick size, not for sexual reasons, but for bullying purposes.
Okay, here's what's wild.
This is
so
a
that
villain.
lets me know it was a man, and he actually does mean for sexual purposes.
Yeah,
he wants to know.
This is what we're learning: is that straight men are gay.
He revealed that to himself. He said, "Oh, I want to know what everyone's dick looks like, not for gay reasons.
Yeah, it had to
not for gay reasons."
Nothing gay though.
Just so I can bully them. What are you gonna say? I know what your dick looks like. How do you know? Oh, it's a superpower of mine. Kind of gay.
Because I wanted to bully you.
Because I wanted to bully you? All right.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, no. Yeah, and you better not show me.
You have a great point
Yeah,
there.
don't put it in my mouth. What's wrong with you?
I know I could fit it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you don't ask to see a picture on the menu unless you want to eat it.
Yeah, for real.
Right?
Yeah, there it is. And then my last question is, what is your walkout song?
Ooh, on stage, whenever I'm doing like clubs and venues around the country, I always pick Missy Elliott's "Sock It to Me."
Oh, that's good.
It's such a good song. The crowd instantly gets into it. It's fun. It's also a great song because it's perfect from the first second.
Yeah.
It literally, you hit play and it goes boom.
Yeah, like you don't have to tell them like,
boom.
oh, skip for 17 seconds. Like,
yeah. It's so easy for sound people too, because it just comes in. You can be like, crank it. And you can also be like, oh, for pre-show, we'll do Missy Elliott Spotify. And it's just all these songs that everyone loves. It feels dancey, but not too dancey.
Yeah.
It feels like fun, but not crazy. It's like hip hop, but it's not like, it's not saying the craziest shit in the world. It's like there's some older women that are like, I love Missy Elliott.
Yeah.
Like, so it's kind of, you can get an auntie to be like, yeah, put that thing down, flip it and reverse it.
Yeah,
like,
totally. They're not even thinking about the words. They're like, I just really like the beat.
Exactly. I don't want a minute man.
Last time I felt young.
Exactly. So that swath of like, you want that kind of general appeal is perfect for it. What's your walkout music?
I do Eddie Murphy Party All the Time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good song.
It's good. I
With
did a
Rick
remix.
James.
What's that?
With Rick James.
Really?
Rick James helped produce that song. If you watch the music video, Rick James is in the control booth. Eddie's in the vocal booth. Rick James is outside and he's like giving Eddie notes. And like Eddie's like singing and like Rick James, there's a cut to him being like,
that's fucking awesome.
and it's also like funny because you also get to see Rick James basically be like a Tyler and Tiara's mom, where he's like,
you got it, you're doing great, sweetie.
He's like,
all right, and that is gonna do it for the show.
Yay!
All right, thank you so much for coming on. And now here's your allotted time to promote anything you'd like.
Oh yeah, follow me on all social media at Jay Jurden, JayJurden. You can catch me being half naked on Twitter and Instagram. I started doing threads again. I forgot that was even a thing. Mark Zuckerberg, what's wrong with you?
Who's
I'm
paying
on
you?
tour right now, so you can catch me in your city. I'll be in DC May 29th through June 2nd for World Pride at the DC Improv. Buy tickets. Those are like going fast because gay men have disposable income. But also they're sad right now because we're about to be kicked out of the country. So we're just working on that. I'll be at the Punchline in San Francisco. I'll be at Pride Fest in Milwaukee. I'll be all over. So go to the website. That's where all the ticket info will be. And maybe there'll be an announcement about the special too. Maybe.
You heard it here first, folks. Jay, thank you so much. This was
Thank
so
you, Grace.
awesome. I really appreciate it.
This is so much fun.
I had a blast.
You're fun.
Thank
You're really
you.
fun. More people
Thanks.
should know that.
Okay, cool. That's
Yeah.
good. I like that.
You're good.
Thank you.